beat you?
Me once, yes. Only
Once?
once with me.
Beat you with what?
With a switch off the tree,
Yes.
first to begin with, and then with a belt and with a buckle. And there were cuts all over my body. And after that, he threw me on the floor into the restroom.
How old were you?
I was probably, what grade was I in? First grade, I believe it was. Going into the second.
Let me ask you this. Some of the beatings that you talked about generally in your book, you seem to think that that was exclusive to Joseph Jackson and your family, didn't you? You think that that only happened with you?
That's not true.
Do you think that was general?
Let me tell you why my book was written. My book was written basically to bring the awareness of abuse out to children who have been abused all of their life. And that's why I wrote my book. I did not write my book about my family. If I had written my book about my family, you would have heard the most disturbing things you had ever heard in your entire life.
Like what?
Well, I can't tell you that. I might write another one.
Are you?
I can't tell you that. And I'm not telling that either, no. I was writing on behalf of my brothers and sisters. I was writing on behalf of anybody who's ever been abused to let them know, speak out, and don't ever take this, and don't let everyone abuse you.
They didn't accept that, you see?
Because
once you wrote on their behalf, they didn't accept it.
Because they could not believe or understand this could ever happen in the Jackson family. But now
No, your
today,
sisters
it's
and
very
brothers,
different.
They didn't accept that you wrote on their behalf. They thought you violated loyalties, didn't they?
No, I did not violate loyalties. You're totally wrong when you say that.
But Rebe said that.
Rebe was very wrong. I slept in the same bed with Rebe.
Your sister Rebe said that.
We slept in the same bed together.
And your mother's very disappointed.
I watched my father do these things to Rebe. You must understand. And I probably shouldn't say this on public television, but Rebe does not work. Her husband does not work. My parents support her. Michael support her. So what is she going to do? She's going to lie.
What did he do?
Because they will throw her out the house. She has nowhere to go.
What did he do to Rebe?
He sexually abused her. I was right there in the bed. And Rebe picked up the phone and she called the police one time, I recall, as a young girl. I recall it very, very well. And you know what I did?
Did the police come?
You know what I did later? Yes, they did.
And what happened?
And my mother said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong here. Everything's just fine. Thank you." She answered the door and that's what she said. And they left.
How did your sister Rebe feel that you revealed to the world that she was sexually abused?
She's never told me how she's felt. However, I must tell you this. Rebe and I spoke on the phone, and she said to me, "Latoya, I want you to tell me something." She says, "Please tell me. Did Joseph do the same thing to you that he did to me? Did he sexually molest you as a child?" She says, "Because I notice you stay in your room, you never come out, you never speak to anyone, you're extremely shy, you keep your head down. Did he do this to you, Latoya? Tell me." And you know what I said to her? I said, "Rebe, there's certain things you just don't talk about, isn't there?" I couldn't answer her. I was so embarrassed.
Was it you who first went public with it?
It was me who decided that I couldn't deal with it anymore. Mentally, I couldn't deal. I thought about my father and what he did to me every single day, and I felt like a pressure cooker. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I felt like I was going to explode if I didn't get the answers. I called my mother up on the phone several times. "Mother, please tell me why Joseph did these things to me. Why did he do this? Why did he sexually abuse me? Why did you watch him do this?" And she says, "Latoya, this is something that's private. You keep it in the family. You don't tell people about it." I say, "I just need answers. I need help. Just tell me why. I must know why. I have to know why." And she says, "No, don't you ever mention it. And if you do, I will deny it. And I will tell people that you're crazy. And I will deny that this ever happened." And that's exactly what she's doing today.
So she
and
told
because
you,
she did that,
yes.
I wrote the book. And I
you,
said, if she's going to do this, and if she's going to deny this, and she's going to say these things, there must be a lot of other children out there that are going through the same thing that I went through and that are suffering. And I'm going to try to speak out and put a stop to it. And that's what I did, and I will still continue. I did not write the book to hurt my family or to harm them, but simply to help others.
You're very close to your mother, weren't you?
Oh, we were.
In your book, you wrote about her very lovingly.
We were like this.
Didn't you? Well, why did you do the poor woman that?
We were like this. We were inseparable.
Why did you go do that to the poor woman who protected you against Joseph?
Oh, wait a minute. She is not a poor woman. She is not, to begin with, she is not a poor woman. You're wrong right there.
Who protected you against Joseph? Who treated you so
beautifully? Oh, wait a second. She did not when your mother stand and watch your father sexually abuse you, is that being protection?
But
I'm part of her blood. He is not.
You wrote glowingly about her in your book, didn't you?
She did not protect us, not whatsoever.
Okay, all right.
If anything, my mother should have divorced him.
How would you describe your mother now?
If your wife sexually abused your kids, which I don't know if you have any or not, since you are a devil, I don't know. But, however, if your wife did that to your children, would you allow that, or would you divorce her?
I have 5 beautiful kids, and I never hit them once.
Okay, but I'm speaking of your wife, not you.
Now, let me ask you a question, my dear. Tell me something about your mother. What do you feel about her now? Now, as you sit there.
You know, I think it's best for me to say I'd rather not say.
Okay.
Because simply,
I won't push it.
it's just a number of reasons. My mother is,
Why wouldn't you say?
My mother has 2 faces. And she's always had 2 faces. She's always taught us to hate our father, and we've always hated our father all of our life. We never knew our father. We only knew what our mother told us. And deep down inside, I really believe my father is a good person.
How do you mean you didn't know him? He beat you up?
He was
kicked
never
you
around. That's what I mean. He was never around.
Burnt you,
but when he did come around,
almost shot
these
you.
are the things that he did. When he did come around, he did these things, and she would always paint a very bad picture of him. But she provoked it, on the other hand. She allowed these things to happen.
Now,
she allowed all of these things to happen.
Let's see other things.
As a personality, the only thing we knew and the only emotion he showed was fear.
Is your mother an awful character, yes or no?
I would say absolutely yes. But to the public, she appears like an angel. When she's on television, she's, oh, Latoya, I love you so much. Please come home and please call. And what do? My manager can vouch for this. I pick up the phone and I call, and she hangs up. Every single time.
But when you hang up on your daughter, who not only exposes parts of her body in Playboy, but
First of all, I see nothing
does
wrong
it
with
again, and then goes on to present a soft porn video.
A soft porn video?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly are you speaking of?
I'm speaking about a video which...
No, I think you're getting the Jackson girls mixed up now.
No, I have the video,
think so.
I think it's somewhere around...
A soft porn video?
Well, it looks like that to me.
No, you're wrong.
Would you like me to play it?
Yes, I would. I'd like to see what you call soft porn. Yes, I'm waiting, dear. Please play it.
It's called Latoya's International...
No, play it. I'd love to see it.
Latoya's International Exotic Club.